So just behind me we have the River Roding, and right over there is Roding Valley Meadows. The plan today is to follow the River Roding all the way down to the Thames, and hopefully I can stay close to it and stay off any roads and just do pathways the whole way. So never been here before, so it could be quite interesting. So we have Roding Valley Park just behind me. Little duck here, just hanging out, quite happy. It is quite lovely, actually. Nice and quiet around here as well. Well, I've got Roding Valley Lake just behind me, and the walk I think is like a loop around it, but in order to follow the river Roding, it doesn't look like there's too many paths at this point. So I'm just sort of heading across this field, trying to find, there is a footpath that seems to head down south towards where we're going to meet up with the next section of the river, but it doesn't look like I can get. I think this is the only bit where there isn't a path, continuous path, uninterrupted. So but yeah, it's nice right here. Little cricket green. There's some rugby playing fields, and it looks like ahead I've got a footpath. I'll tell you what, I'm always like a little bit peeved where I kind of have to do a bit of residential walking, but this little part of Beckton Forest is just quite lovely. There's just like these lovely little streets, and like no cars, just a old school LTN, and we're back on the river now. What I love about this is you can actually, there's plenty of points along this walk where you can just get a little bit closer and get right down close to the river. And just on the other side is, I think it's Loughborough Lakes, but I'm kind of sticking to the river, so we're not going to go over there. And I'm still looking at the map, I've still got a long way to go to the Thames, so I could probably spend an hour or two over there wandering around, but not gonna. Oh, just hearing a train passing by there. Just a reminder we are near civilization. But it's just a nice little spot here. Just crossed over the river, because looking ahead it looks like I'll be cut off if I was walking on the other side. but looks like this footpath, it's like really overgrown, and I mean shorts, and there's nettles everywhere, so I'm getting stung to bits, but there's like butterflies, birds, everything flying around, and I mean just have a look at it, it's amazing. So the route hasn't really been that busy, and now, but this is just beautifully quiet. Do you not feel like we're in London anymore? We've now kind of reached a point where the river kind of runs parallel with the M11. So I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I definitely can hear it. We have like just the most amazing sort of tranquility and bird song and everything happening over here. And then this road, this loud road, murmuring away, but it's still lovely, you know what I mean? This is so nice. I'm walking along, and if it weren't for this road, you would feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. We keep getting little bits of the river keeps on appearing, and there's little bridges. So if you're passing any of the bridges, just walk out, even if you're not crossing them, just get a photo there. It's just amazing. But I'm just walking along these little paths, and there's like butterflies and dragonflies. I guess they're dragonflies. Tried to get a photo, they're too quick for me. I'm not that sort of photographer. Well, I'm passing sort of under and over big roads, and you can see behind me there's the bridge we're under, and it got big pylons are just appearing as well, and it kind of feels that it's this strange kind of mixture of this amazing nature and then just concrete and cars kind of crossing into it and through it and over it. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So we've actually just passed our first bit of signage, sort of nature environmental signage, and we're in the Roding Valley Nature or Orchard, which is interesting. Still along Roding Valley Way, and there's like these playing fields which are just completely overgrown, but probably making quite a lovely habitat for some wildlife. We're not walking through there. There's a Wanstead sign, Roding Valley Way, and we're heading down this path. Now I've changed my mind. It looks like there's a path that gets us back onto the river, and we are going across this, well, I guess a back to nature playing fields, let's call it. Don't know if there's a story behind that, or what's happening with it, or what its future is, but it ain't being used for playing fields. But there is quite a warm path here, where I just basically went through a fence. which should then take us back to a proper path along the river. I'm trying to find a way through to reach the river, and I did just get down, but then the path along the river was so overgrown I didn't really fancy it. But looking on Google Maps, I'm on a path that should be here. It's not just the playing fields, there's like some abandoned basketball courts or tennis courts just over here as well. And yeah, so now I'm walking just across this field to try and find hopefully a little turning in that'll get me back to the river on a path that I can actually follow. Let's see. And I was actually just about to abandon all hope and maybe go back all the way to that big roundabout and then go try and get on the other side. But I found a proper path, and we got like the river is literally just right there, and there's something over there, some wetlands or something like that, but at the moment I can see the river, so I'm staying true to the route of following the river rather than exploring around too much. But yeah, this is a proper path. Again, I had to go through a broken fence, but it seems to be broken fence that's been broken for a while. And so just regained sight of the river there. There's golf courses claiming some of the river, or hogging the path along the river at least. Nice view of the river there. I just fear, by the look of the maps and things, I'm going to lose sight of the river soon. Whether there is a route that I can do all the way down to the Thames, I'm not sure. That is quite spectacular. Yeah, so I am shortly going to have to assess which route I'm going to take. And it looks like I should be able to get down to the Thames. But I'm going to completely lose the river for a bit and almost be on the other side of, I don't know if it's the North Circular or something like that. So yeah, that could be interesting. Let's see how that goes. Well, after what felt like a really long walk through Little Ilford, a residential area, I've finally been reunited with the Roding. There's a nice big quay, and there's lots of flood defences and history about that, and it's a nice little viewing area here. It looks like there's loads of building works happening, so I was hoping I might be able to walk down here a little bit, but I don't think I'll be in luck. You know what, I just assumed at this point I was just making this route up. But I've found a little path, and I've even seen a little sign, a little way marker sign for the route that I've kind of been following, which I haven't actually found a map for, but it's definitely a route. And now we're moving, I think, back to the river. We've got the river on this side now, and I'm slowly getting closer towards Beckton and to the Thames. It's a very industrial area, for sure. Spot of luck that there is a path that goes under, but does it end? Oh, it's sort of fenced off. Have a look around here. Well, I'm not on any sort of marked map, but it's a very good path actually, and I got the river right on my left here, and I'm in a nature reserve. I mean, there's rabbits. There's a big old rabbit right in front of me. He's probably going to get spooked. Let me swing that around. Can we see the rabbit? There he goes. There you are. Little rabbit. Yeah, so I might be walking myself into trouble here, or a complete dead end, as this might just be a site access road, but we'll see. I mean, it seems like a legit path, but we'll see how far he gets me. Found a path, and I am now in the Beckton Creekside Nature Reserve, and we've got signage here about going the River Roding Creekside Trail, and in back in lighter letters Beckton Sewage Treatment Works, and we got the big, I did see the Barking Creek flood barrier, big massive thing just off in the distance, and looks like we're kind of heading towards that. Which was kind of my goal, was to make it down as far as that point. I wasn't sure there was a walk, but it looks like there is, so good news. Little sign here that says Beckton Creekside. It's behind this. If I walk backwards. Strange sort of thing it is. Well, I've come to a bit of a dead end. I've got the barrier still quite far away, and the river is still going down over there, but we've come off. There's like a new path being laid down, and there was a turning off to the right, so I'm going to double back a bit and see where that takes us. But this is worth, this, get your big long lenses out here, there's definitely stuff to see. Nice. I thought I found a way through. But I'm in this, beautiful nature reserve. It is really nice. I kind of went around the other side, and then there was this path. It looks to be running parallel with this where I am now, which I think was the route I was supposed to take. But I thought I could get through, and it seemed to be quite a warm path. And it just sort of stopped. But I can either double back, or do I want to climb down this verge? Not really. It's definitely over there, and there's a fence. Yeah, I reckon I'll be able to walk around, find a way through. We hope. There's the sewage works behind me. Yeah. there it is, the Barking Creek barrier. I'm actually so happy I was able to get up this close. I didn't think I was going to make it, and that there is where the Roding is joining the Thames. Swing round. Let's just see how wide it gets actually before it comes in. It's amazing. Anyway, let's see how closer I can get. Well, this is just a little extra bit as I'm walking, doubling back on myself. I just strolled around trying to get all the way through to, I don't know, there was a DLR station I was trying to walk through on imaginary paths that weren't there, but ended up at a dead end. I did find this quite amazing street art, actually. Street art, graffiti, just kind of lettering, and it's really done really nicely. It's like someone's secret spot, I sort of found, because I won't lie, with this sewage works, it's quite ripe here, and like I said, it's only one way in or out, and it's not that much of a stroll, but I've probably got myself about 45 minutes or an hour walk back up to Barking to grab a train home. But totally worth it. Wonderful bit of London.